today I want us to discuss a very important topic. There's this movie that just came out in this 2026. It's called Wheels of the Earth, starring Michael Dapper and Sophia Chisholm. So in that movie, Michael played the role of Jide, while Sophia played the role of Chidinma. So it's important because this movie, it's a depiction of people with disability, a portrayal of people with disability. So it's important, as a person with disability, or if you have family members who live with a disability, it's important that we analyze this together. And kudos to Nollywood for finding disability story credible enough to put on their movie. So we appreciate them for that. So like we said before, we did say that we'll be looking at this movie through the lens of critical disability studies. What do I mean? So, in the West, like the global North, America, Canada, UK, their own understanding of disability is different from our own understanding of disability, some kind. I'll give you an illustration. Imagine, I remember some time ago, in the US, a lady fell down and I told her sorry. And she looked at me and said, "But you didn't cause it, so why should you tell me sorry?" But remember, in our own place in Nigeria, if somebody fall down and say sorry, they go say you can't even say sorry. You see those two divide. So that is what this critical disability study is trying to do. So in critical disability study, we are trying to understand the lived experience of disabled people in our own part of the world, apart from the West, because sometimes what is called disability in the West is way different from what is called disability in the global South, or like Nigeria or Africa, where we come from. So it's important we see those divides. So in critical disability study, we are using our own lived experience in Africa to understand how disability affect people's life. So basically that's what this is all about. So let's go straight into the movie and see how disability is represented in that movie. So in this movie, Jide was driving and he got involved in an auto crash with his younger brother. His brother died, but Jide remained. But Jide sustained something we call spinal cord injury, and as a result of that, Jide became very sad. In fact, he withdrew from social life entirely, and so we begin to see how maybe stigma and all of that can impact person with disability. So stigma, shame, and all of that probably made Jide withdraw from social life and everything like that. But we must understand that the problem is not disability or the wheelchair Jide started using. You understand? The problem is more about how society treat people with disability. So Jide understand that society treat disability very badly, and so that made Jide withdraw from social activity and the society.